Welcome to the Brentford Realistic Moneyball career mode. So this is going to be like a hyper-realistic style of career mode. We're going to take our time with it. We're not going to rush. We're going to play a lot of games per video, other than this one because this is the transfer window. But the first thing to do is to assess our team. So obviously, we've made the transfers they have made in real life. So there's no Wimmer, there's no Norgard. But obviously, we've brought in the players they've brought in, such as Henderson and Kelleher, which is a massive one for us. So if you're not sure what Moneyball quite means, it's basically to do with how they actually operate as a club. So the players they bring in, a lot of it is unheard of or undervalued players from abroad or lower leagues. They bring them in and they try and develop them, or they abuse stuff like injuries, they can get players for cheaper, stuff like that. So we're going to be using Brentford, and our starting squad is a bit of a mess. I'm going to quickly play around the tactics and line up the team how I want it to be lined up. And then from there, we can see what kind of players and positions we're going to be after. But we have got £96 million to spend. So I did add 50 mil on top of the 46 they usually start with, just to encompass the Wimmer sale. We're not going to be using all 96, but I think that's the most realistic amount. But I'm going to quickly go make the tactic like I said, and then I'll catch up with you. Okay, so this is the formation we've decided to go with. Obviously, there's a few obvious places that need improving. Right wing is one, potentially right back as well. We have Aaron Hickey, we have Coyote. So I think we might be all right, but we need to have a look. I'll show you the tactics quickly, and then we'll get on to players that we want to bring in and players we're happy to let go of. So as you can see, this is what we're going. We've got the two DMs holding, deep line playmaker, then we've got playmaker in Damsgaard. I think he's going to be a crucial player. Visser, we're going to keep hold of him because I don't think in real life they're going to let Mbeumo and Visser leave in the same window. Even though they like bringing in money, I think they've realised that Visser's going to be too important now that Mbeumo's gone. And this is what it looks like with the ball. As you can see, quite fluid. We've got the right winger. Obviously, we're going to sign one on a wide playmaker. We want a creative player out here, so it's him and Damsgaard, the main creative sparks. So that's what the tactics are, basically. We'll go into them a bit more depth when we've actually brought in a couple players, and then we can kind of see how it's shaping up a little bit more. But in terms of players we want to bring in, the wingers, I think, has definitely got to be one. We haven't technically got any backup wingers whatsoever. Midfielders, we're okay. Fullbacks, centre-backs, again, okay. But it's definitely got to be a winger. I think, yeah, definitely a right winger. So we're going to focus on that to start with. And then we can go from there and see what other positions we could potentially do with. So we've got two options highlighted here. So the first one is Patrick Wimmer. Attack midfield, centre mid, right wing. He would be a bit more of an up and down kind of player for us. Or the other one is Oscar Gluck, I think is how you pronounce it. 82 pace, 82 dribbling. Definitely more attacking. But he can only technically play attack midfield and left wing. We'd have to train him to the right or move Kevin Shardy over to the right and play him on the left, which works either way. But I do like Patrick Wimmer because he has the option of moving into midfield as well. So we're going to see if we can get a deal agreed for Wimmer, because I think this would be a big one. We're going to go in for about 13 mil. If it's anything around this, I think it's a very good deal. They want Jensen 6 now. We want to keep hold of our players. If we're letting anyone go, we want them to go on our own accord. We want to choose who's going. We don't want to just swap them unless we know they need to leave the club. I mean, 15 mil for Patrick Wimmer. I honestly don't think that is actually too bad whatsoever. If we can get the contract agreed, there's a nice little deal done and dusted. Okay, we've got him agreed for about £30,000 a week, which isn't too bad, especially with only costing 15 mil. And he's only 23 years old as well. He can grow into that role, but I think just system-wise, his play style on that right-hand side could be extremely, extremely good. Because we do have Visser and Kevin Shardy, who are all out goals and attacks. So Wimmer offers a bit more balance on that right-hand side. He can cover everywhere because he's got Jordan Henderson currently behind him, who is getting on a bit. So Wimmer can be up and down that right-hand side, causing a bit of chaos, high pressing, because I think that's definitely how we're going to want to be playing. We're going to want to be high pressing off the ball, and on the ball, keeping neat and tidy, and let the creative players go to work. So now Wimmer is in the squad. Let's have a look how that team is now shaping up. So he's going to go straight onto this right-hand side, and he can play there straight away. That is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So the other positions we could do improving. Centre-backs, I think we're fine. We've got three very solid options. Left back, we got Lewis Potter, we got Rico Henry. Right hand side, we got Aya, we got Hickey, we got Coyote, and realistically, we might move one of the others into the starting position by the time we get to the league. We'll wait and see. But I think we could do with another winger. Not one necessary to start, but one that can actually come off the bench. Because at the minute, all we have is Gustavo Nunes off the bench. So maybe we want to bring in another winger to have at least 3 options that we're happy using. Because obviously, Visser can play out there. Damsgaard can do a job out there, especially on that right-hand side if needed. But we need someone that week in, week out, if needed, if there's injuries, can play. So we're going to go for another winger, maybe a bit more of a wonder kid this time that can grow into his ratings. Okay, and Mika Götze could be that man for us, can play left wing and right wing. Going to be under 10 mil as well, and he's 19 years old. These are all wonder kids. Then we got Neverton, only 70 rated, so he probably is out the running because the other two are both 73. And the final one is Andreas Scheldrup. Again, definitely not pronounced that one right. But he can play cam and striker, 20 years old. I do like the look of him, but also Mika Götze can play left and right. I honestly think we're going to go in firstly for Andreas Scheldrup and then see where we end up there, see if we get a deal agreed. Okay, we did get a deal agreed for £7.5 million. Again, I think that's a solid bit of business. He's going to be a useful squad player for us. He's going to be getting some minutes on both wings, maybe down the middle as well, maybe even in the 10 at points. So if we can get him tied down to a nice contract, relatively cheap for 4 years like we have. Oh, he does look a bit weird. He does look a bit weird. Oh well, we'll let him off. We're only going to offer 10 mil. Okay, so my light died. You're going to have to deal with this lighting for the rest of the video, okay? It's not coming back on right now. But either way, we've got him. We're going to offer him 10k a week at 100k. And I think he should accept that. It's an insult, is it? It's an insult. Well, don't worry, because we'll just sign Mika Götze instead. You were dead anyway, mate. We did not want you. Well, either way, Mika Götze, probably, this is a bit of a blessing in disguise, because he does suit what we're probably after a little bit. Why do they want Jordan Henderson back? They've literally just let him go. Makes absolutely no sense. We're going to see if we can get him for 9 mil, and that should be done and dusted. But like I was saying, he suits our system a bit better, because he can play left and right, and that's more what we need from this player anyway. And we've got Götze in the door. I'm very excited about this signing. A backup winger on both sides, with youth, with potential. He could be a game changer for us. As you can see as well, £9 million. I really don't think it's that bad at all. But I have something to say to you guys. That is actually where we're going to leave it for the first episode, simply because I'm not being lazy, because I really want to go further into this right now, but I don't think it's fair if I don't give you guys an opportunity to suggest signings for the rest of the window, and more importantly, sales. I don't want to sell someone that you guys want to keep. It's one thing me bringing in players that you don't agree with. I don't want to sell someone if you guys think we should keep them. So here is the squad. I'm not sure I put Götze into the starting 11. Let me quickly start the squad. So we're going to have Götze in there. We're going to have Aaron Hickey on the bench. We're going to have Yanel on the bench. Let's just call this the squad for now, okay? This is the squad, as you can see. Who do we need? What position? Drop some suggestions on what players for that position as well. Try and keep it realistic. I think the Wimmer and the Götze are fine signings. Let me know if you disagree, obviously. But who do we sell as well? Is there anyone in the starting 11 we need to get rid of? Is there anyone on the bench we need to get rid of? The squad isn't too deep, but if we bring in another player or two, if we sell a player or two, this amount of squad depth I think is going to be fine for us. Only really the Premier League to focus on in this first season. So have a look at this squad. Pause it if you need right now. Who do we sell? Who do we sign? Let me know down below, because I'll get episode 2 out very quickly. But I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to drop some suggestions for us, okay? I didn't want to be the only one doing all the signings. So comment down below, who do we sign? Who do we sell? Any tactical changes you think need to be made? And if you haven't made it this far, thank you obviously so much for watching. And episode 2 will be out very shortly when I've gone through all of your guys' suggestions.